Olá, boa noite, pessoal. Então, eu tive que desviar um pouco a cronologia da história do Slug Hunter, mas vou voltar essa semana na travessia do Atlântico, que eu prometi estar mostrando. Está em inglês, mas eu vou colocar legenda em português. Então, você tem que clicar aí. Então, você tem que clicar aí no cantinho e selecionar legenda em português. Eu tive que dar uma parada porque as emoções estavam muito fortes com a questão do ataque das orcas, então vai sair um pouco fora da cronologia aí, mas depois eu tento entrar no passo aqui das nossas férias, que agora já estamos navegando e sem nenhum incidente de novo até agora.
Okay, Saturday the 22nd, about 10 in the morning. We're in 6 kilometre deep water. It's all going well. About 4.5 knots of boat speed, 10 knots of wind. Everyone's in good form. Lion's getting some sun on his knob. How you doing there? So we got our first bit of bad weather over there. Fortunately, it's looking a bit better in our direction. We might end up tacking away from it. That's where I didn't want to be. We're fully 5 to 6 knots. Knots wind, UC, so first storm of the trip, but yeah, all good.
We're going record speed, yes!
So after what can be only described as a fucking horrible night, we're back on track again, more or less. We've got the sails up, we're running the port motor, and we can still see all the shit behind us. So waiting for the wind to come back a little bit now. We spent the night running away from this back here, pretty close a couple of times, and it was looking like it could have been a bit gnarly. But we managed to stay on the edge, although it does seem to be pretty grey all around, apart from the east. So let's keep going east. We're heading north with as much east as we can. We're very close hauled at the moment. We're expecting the wind to come around a bit more to the south and let us head a bit further east. It's looking quite a lot nicer up front, and if we can get a bit more east, it looks even nicer still. Dolphins. About 900 miles still to go to Horta. So Friday the 4th of June, no wind, we're about 900 miles from Horta, motoring, you can hear the engines in the background I guess, and Zeus made a fantastic breakfast. There it is, pizza, I think one half vegetarian and the other half with some fish on, so that's very cool. There he is, the man himself, and yeah, we had some dolphins, and we've got very little wind, very flat sea, and still got the main up, getting a little bit out of it maybe, and that's about it. And we've got the wind behind us, so we're wing on wing, the jib out one side and the main out the other. It's working quite nicely. We're averaging about 5 knots. Expecting a bit of a bigger blow in a couple of days time, but yeah, all nice. Day 19 now, and all is good. We've just got the jib up, and we're still doing 5 and a bit knots, 6 even now, in between 5 and 6, following sea.
Crazy, yeah? The middle of the Atlantic.
Not sure what this is, maybe some fishing gear, looks like it. So it's day 20, all going well. Autopilot broke last night, we managed to fix it. We've got some reasonable swell, a bit of wind. It's forecast to pick up a little bit more throughout the day, but I think we'll be alright. And we've got 650 miles left to water. That's good! You can see a bit of swell, probably about 2 meters now. But we're making good speed, getting up to about 8 knots on the surf at times. Had a whale yesterday, but didn't manage to get any shots of it. What are we having for breakfast?
Yeah?
What are we making for breakfast?
This is cake?
Cake, bolo.
No. It's tarta.
Ah, tarta.
Bizcocho.
Nice.
Breakfast, potatoes and onion.
Very nice. So autopilot, which has been doing very well, broke last night. But fortunately we've got quite a lot of spares, so we had a nighttime fix around to change the drive cog and stuff like that. Zeus did a great job while I helmed, and back in action. Morning. It's been a blowy night. Still blowy, quite squally. We've got the wind coming from the stern, waves coming from the stern. The waves have come down a bit. They were quite a bit bigger earlier on. And but we're still honking along. We have 126 miles to go to water. The storm has passed. And now we have a load of dolphins by the boat. Nice. Not much wind, so we're going slow. I was just about to go to sleep, but I had to wake up to check these fellas out. Don't know how well it's going to come out on the camera, but nice. Hello, buddies. Can actually hear them squeaking. Dolphins have come back. You can just see them in the distance there. Hey, jumping. We're back on full canvas in fairly light wind. Coming on for a sunset. currently 490 miles to Horta, but we're doing a little bit of a dog leg, so it'll take us a bit longer than that. Heading a little bit north to get a bit more wind. The little autopilot still working well. There's the sun. Try and get my back to it. Yeah, it's done sterling work, that thing. We are now 433 miles from Horta, and we're heading pretty much straight there. Sea's come down quite a bit, still a reasonable swell, but it's quite nice, and we're going wing on wing still. It's a little bit finicky doing this because I don't have a pole to hold the jib out, so I just have it coming straight from the back here, holds it out a little bit better. And then the main is on the slightly upwind side, but it's working nicely. And we're cruising along at about 4 knots, so certainly not particularly fast, but we don't have a lot of wind. You can see there, wind generator is only just moving around, and otherwise all good. So, bow. So Slug Hunter bread, made by me, fluffy on the inside, crusty on the outside. Second time I did now, so I think I'm getting it down. Nice. We've just put in a jibe now for a straight line to Horta, so hopefully this is the last jibe. We've got 333 miles to go to Horta. Full sail. We're averaging about 6.5 knots, so it should be less than 3 days till that first cold beer. Nice. Got more dolphins! Let's dance with the dolphins. Not going very fast, but we are going faster than the boat there in the distance. We've got 103 miles to go to Horta. We're doing about 3.5 knots at the moment in 5 knots of apparent wind, so that's not too bad. Dolphins again, but I missed them, I was sleeping. $80 miles to go to Horta. But it's Sunday tomorrow, and they don't do PCRs on Sunday, so there's no point really in putting the engines on and getting there quick to then sit at anchor and wait. So we're just going to sail in slowly at the moment. We're doing a massive 2.5 to 3 knots at the moment, but we've only got 4 knots of wind. You can see the wind generator's not even moving. But we did overtake our first boat, which is back there, so I'm feeling very good about that. And we've used this calm weather to be doing some clearing up and put the anchor back on and all of that, so good. So still sailing very slowly with hardly any wind. We have some dolphins off the starboard bow. Hey. Advantage of the calm to get the anchor back on and blow the dinghy up. Oh, we can hear them screaming, squeaking.
Hey, some of you can go to the other boat.
The other one?
So yeah, very little wind and right on the nose. but there's no PCR till Monday, so no point in burning fuel. We've got the line out, we still haven't caught a fish.
Day number 26 maybe, I don't know. I'm excited. Good morning. Land ahoy! Land ahoy! Land ahoy! Still day 26, I think. And as you cannot see with your limited eye, we have some land. And
Which glasses are you wearing?
we are super excited. I'm wearing my being excited glasses. And
Don't see even with our glasses.
Your glasses no
I wonder.
same like me, no, you see?
I wonder if the fourth member is approaching. Yeah, we need to ring more.
But you sure you see? I don't see.
I see it.
Yeah, there. No, it is there.
This is one boat, man. Alrighty. Woo! Lots of love for the land. And look at this beautiful ocean. And look at these beautiful people. And look at all these beautiful people. Hey! We all made it out.
Now the big see the land.
Yes, yeah.
Is it?
Hey!
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, you see
Hey, what a view. What a view. Woo! Alrighty.
Day 26.
Day 26, I was remembering. Alrighty. Lots of love from the Slug Hunter. Hey!
Terra Vista! E dia 26 ou 27? Não sei. Eu pensei dia 26, mas outras pessoas disse 27. E Terra está lá longe, mas não sei, vi na câmera, talvez não. Mas está lá 25 milhas, 24 milhas para meu primeiro cerveja em mês. Tudo está feliz. Yeah! Okay, so I just missed the tail flap, but we had a whale. There he is. Small whale there. Looks like maybe a juvenile. I don't know if you can see on the camera. See if he comes again. Just. So here is Horta motoring in after just short of a month. Shame we couldn't sail the last bit, but there you go, no wind.
Então, quando eles chegaram nos Açores, apesar de estar 26 dias no mar, eles não puderam desembarcar. Tiveram que ficar esperando, chegaram no domingo, tiveram que esperar na segunda-feira para fazer o teste, mas quando foram fazer o teste estava cheio, não tinha vaga para fazer na segunda-feira. Então, passou para terça-feira, foram receber o resultado na quinta-feira e só puderam então descer quinta-feira. Imagina você estar todo esse tempo no mar, ver terra, mas não poder ir. Por sorte, tinha alguns amigos por perto que trouxeram um pouco de linguiça e cerveja que deu para levantar o espírito um pouquinho. Então, a semana que vem estou de volta contando um pouco das nossas pequenas travessias aqui na Europa. Um beijo grande, espero que vocês tenham gostado e até a próxima quinta.